in say Jumme Ki Raat, Hiriye, Now Dil De Diya,
Yeah.
they always create this sizzling chemistry in songs, always. So, O Jaane Jaane was released.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people thought that Salman Khan was singing the song.
Kamal Khan has been the voice of superstar Salman Khan for over 2 decades now. And within the just last 10 days, the successful duo has come up with two chart busters, Seeti Maar and Dil De Diya, from Salman's Eid release Radhe. So, sir, first of all, welcome to SpotboyE. So, how has been the reception to both the songs?
As you probably know, the reception's been phenomenal. Seeti Maar, when it came out, became a huge rage overnight. And then the Lydia came, and that also created a lot of hangama because people were not expecting that kind of song, and it
Yeah.
got so much appreciation. Everything from Jacqueline Fernandez, her performance, her look, the set, Salman Khan obviously being Salman Khan, and then Himesh Reshammiya doing what he does best, which is creating these blockbuster songs.
Hmm. Yeah, and like you have also been behind another one of chartbusters with Salman and Jacqueline before with Hiriye. You are again
Yes.
recreating that with Dil De Diya.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
how was it seeing again Salman and Jacqueline performing to your voice?
It's always nice because I know Jacqueline also very well,
Hmm.
and obviously my association with Salman Khan, everyone's aware of.
Yeah,
And it's always nice to see to have that association, with friends and working with friends. It's
Hmm.
always nice. So, and I think when you see them together, even in say Jumme Ki Raat, Hiriye, Now Dil De Diya,
Yeah,
they always create this sizzling chemistry in songs. Always. So for me to be a part of it is great. It's been great.
yeah. So, Seeti Maar has been already a classic in Telugu language. So, recreating a classic like that, how challenging is it for you to give it your own touch to it and convert it into a song for a pan India market, not just a region market?
I think recreating any song is always a challenge because it's just human psychology. A lot of people are familiar with
Hmm.
the original, and then for them to hear something slightly different, they'll always compare. Some people will love an original, some people will like
Yeah.
the new version. So it's always a challenge. But the most important thing for me, which is always a challenge, is
Hmm.
I always try and keep Salman Khan's character in mind
Hmm.
when I'm
Yeah.
dubbing. So that's why you will find my voice maybe sounds different, a bit more different in Dillidia, and then it sounds
Yeah.
different in Seeti Maar because his performance in Seeti Maar and the swag and it was different to Dillidia. Dillidia was more I would say like a romantic song in a sort
Hmm.
of item number kind of
Yeah.
fashion.
True.
So there was a different my voice modulation in the idea was different, and that I think is always a challenge to capture the essence of a performance and a song is always challenging.
Okay. Okay. And correct me if I'm wrong, but this was your first collaboration with Devi Shri sir, right?
It was
Yeah.
and phenomenal, amazing music director, and obviously great pleasure to work with him and do a song, especially when I recorded the song.
Hmm.
It was sent to him for his approval,
Hmm.
and it wasn't like people think, okay, it was a done deal that I'm definitely performing, recording the song, and it was not like that.
Yeah.
He had the final say on who's gonna sing the song, and then when he
Hmm.
heard it, he loved it. But yeah, I find the original version
Hmm.
amazing, and I love obviously this version as well with Salman
Yeah.
Khan.
And in both these songs, you have worked with new talents like Yulia and Fire. So, how was the experience working with them?
Again, I know I've known Yulia for some quite some time now,
Hmm.
and we were both in the recording studio around the same time. We kind of dubbed
mm,
one after the other, so it was nice. I actually watched her perform. I watched her dub,
mm,
record the song, so that was nice. And obviously, we share a great comfort level as friends, so that always helps when you're working with someone you get along, and it's
mm,
nice. And then with Payal, I've known her husband Aditya, who does a lot of work for a lot of music directors. He's a programmer arranger, so he does a lot of work for all the top music directors. So I've known him for some time now.
yeah,
So I've met Payal whenever I've gone to record for Aditya and other music directors. For example, Dil De Diya was recorded in Aditya's studio
mm,
for. So I was in his home studio
mm,
during, I think it's just before lockdown, and obviously I met Payal, and I'd heard her record her version
mm,
before the song was released, and I loved it because both Yulia and Payal, there's a there's a freshness to both their voices.
mm,
It's not something where you say, "Oh, okay, I've heard this before." You
mm.
hear it and you think, "Ah, this is nice." It's fresh. And Payal's voice and Yulia's, both of them are suiting both the actors. I think Jacqueline and Disha. So
Yeah. And so now let's talk about Salman. From O Jane Jana to Dil De Diya. It has been a long journey for both of you. How has the bond evolved over the years with him?
I think I've known him. I've known Salman Khan for, I think, quite a few years before my first song was released, or Jane Jana. So I knew him as a person
Mm,
when I wasn't an artist, when I wasn't a singer.
mm,
So my life became a lot easier whenever it came to recording and dubbing for him.
mm,
It was a lot easier because I know him not only as an actor and also the characters that he portrays in his movies,
mm.
but I know him as a person, and also I know his singing style because a lot of the times at home, when I'm at his home, we will have jamming sessions, singing. He loves singing.
Yeah.
We love listening to music. There've been times like where Sajid Wajid have been there, and we just like jamming and creating music and listening to music. So I know his music sense. I know how he sings, how he performs. So I use that information whenever I have to record for Salman
Mm.
Khan. It always
Okay.
it helps.
Yeah. So we are kind of living in a time when there are multiple voices used for an actor. But you and Salman have been a constant collaboration over the years. Why do you think it happens that people associate your voice when it comes to it?
I think two things. Number one was when O Jane Jana was released.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people thought that Salman Khan was singing the song because the voice sounded like his voice.
Yeah.
And I think because of that, from that point, all the songs that I did, there was this automatic association that, oh, is it Salman Khan, or it really suits Salman Khan, or it sounds like Salman Khan. So that thing has stuck from my first song.
Mm.
And also, I think I'm not the first sort of singer to sing so many songs for Salman Khan. I mean, like for example, the late great Mr. S.B. Balasubramaniam had a huge association with Salman Khan in the beginning, and I used to love hearing his songs. And I too also had that thing that I used to associate Salman Khan with his voice then. So I'm very fortunate. I feel I'm very sort of blessed, very fortunate to be regarded now in this sort of era as kind of the voice of Salman Khan. But obviously there are other great singers in the industry who've sung for him as well.
Okay. So it has been quite a while now, since you have released any new album. So any plans of releasing one soon in the future?
Definitely. I think what happened during when COVID started, first lockdown, in that period last year, from sort of March onwards, work had kind of stopped in terms of the film industry. There weren't productions happening. So I then started working on singles. So between then and now, in the last year, I've probably done like 35, 40 demos, sort of singles, ideas and stuff, out of which I've selected like 9 or 10. So I'm working to finish those, and then we'll see both singles coming from there and film songs coming from that batch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So any future songs that you can talk about?
I have the song with Himesh Reshamia. I'm working with Sajid Wajid, with
Mm.
Sajid. Um, I still call Sajid Wajid.
Yeah, everyone does.
The sad demise of Wajid. To me, that he's still Sajid Wajid. So for me, I still say Sajid. So I'm working with him. Then we have a couple of other projects which I can't mention now because they haven't
Yeah.
been announced. So film work, there's a lot happening. Singles will start coming out
Mm.
as soon as this
Mm.
pandemic is over and life goes back to normal.
Mm.
We'll
Yeah.
release some.
So we are kind of living in an era of remakes right now, and you haven't kind of not been associated with any Hindi remake as such. Seeti Maar was your first remake, and that was also from another language. So has it been a conscious choice to stay away from remakes, or you have been
Not,
asked before?
not really. My personal preference is obviously to sing something new, unless, as you said, if it's a Seeti Maar and it's in another language,
Hmm.
then I don't see Seeti Maar as a remake.
Yeah.
Because of the language, because it's
Hmm.
in Hindi. So for me, it's like a fresh new song.
Yeah.
But there is one song I would definitely do as a remake, and then I'm actually thinking about it. Would only because a lot of people are asking for it. There've been a lot of requests for it, and that is O Jane Jana. I would like to
Yeah.
do a modern day version
Hmm.
of this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I think maybe this year or by next year, we're talking about it. We're discussing it.
Okay. Okay. So you have a song that you want to remake, but is there any song of yours that you don't want ever to be remade? You want it to stay as is?
I don't really think about. I don't think so. I don't really think that. Oh, this song shouldn't be touched. It should, like, for example, O Jane Jana, iconic song. You know, that you'll get people who say, "Don't touch it. It's as it is. It's
Hmm.
perfect." But I feel if you can recreate something and bring it, sort of make it more current, make it sort of
Yeah.
listen more, appealing to maybe the young generation now who maybe don't listen to songs from the 90s or 80s, whatever. That sound to me is interesting because you're then capturing an audience and then you're giving them something that they're not familiar with. They probably, I mean, a lot of
Yeah.
the youth now are familiar with O Jane Jana, but
Hmm.
that is something, yeah, with remakes. I think it's not a bad thing as long as you don't ruin the
Hmm.
original.
Yeah.
As long as you don't make a disaster of it, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you have said you want to remake Oh Jane Jana, but any other song from any other singer from old times or from the newer times that you'd want to sing?
I've not. You've asked me this now, but I've not really thought. If I sit and think about it, I may come up with something. But
Yeah.
remakes, I've never actually gone
Yeah.
down that
Mhm.
road to think, okay, how about this
Yeah.
song? Maybe if I do, if I sit down for like
Mm.
a few hours and think, okay, there will probably be a lot of songs that are
Mm.
amazing, that could be remade. But
Mm.
as of now, I think the only one at the moment that I really want to do and I'm thinking about it is O
Mm.
Jane Jane.
Okay. I was asking that is there any more collaboration with Salman on the cards in the pipeline?
There is, but as of now, I can't really talk about it. But
Okay.
there is. We're doing a lot of work together.
Yeah. But it has been a pleasure talking to you, Kamaal sir, and
Thank you
can't
so much.
really wait to hear more of your voice. And a huge congratulations on the success of Seeti Maar and Radhe. Thank you so
Thank you.
much for talking to us.
Thank you.